Good, happy Friday. Welcome to Break the Board Sports. It's your boy RJ Cash. Let's hop into college football primetime slate. Best bets, some really great games going on. Got Illinois, Indiana, Florida with Billy Napier. Is this the end as he visits the Miami Hurricanes? Also going to get into South Carolina, Mizzou a little bit. Another great game, Arizona State and Baylor. Try to touch on Boise State and Air Force if time allows. Let's hop right into it. Click that like button, hit subscribe. We put out shorts all week long along with our daily baseball bets. Let's hop right into it again. Let's start out with Illinois and Indiana, Big Ten matchup. The line has moved drastically. It's moved up 3 points right now. It's setting Indiana -6.5. The over-under 52.5. Right now, 72% of tickets on the Fighting Illini, 51% of the handle. The hometown Hoosiers, 28% of bets, 49% of the handle. Now that over under 52.5, 77% of tickets to the over, 69% of the handle to the over, compared to just 23% of the bets to the under and 31% of the handle to the under. When you dive in and look at this, some trends, again, that's what we do, help you become a better handicapper. That's what we're all about here. When you look at trends, Illinois 7-0 against the spread and straight up their last 7 games. But against Indiana, the Fighting Illini have not fared well. They are 0-5 against the spread their last 5 games versus the Hoosiers, and they're just 1-4 straight up their last 5 games against Indiana. Now, neither one of these teams have really played anybody, but Indiana, it's been well documented. Kirk Sinay and the season they had last year, 11-4 ATS run over their last 15 games to go with 14-2 straight up their last 16 since he got there. Indiana's been dynamite at home under Coach Signetti, as he has been 11-0 straight up here at home. When you dive in a little bit more, look at these two teams last year game, or 2 years ago in Illinois. Illinois won that game 48-45. Before then, Indiana had clipped off 4 straight, all of them by 2 touchdowns, except 2022 where they won 23-20. A couple other trends to look at. The Illini 9-3 straight up their last 12. If you have been following that trend, just blindly betting it, you're up 10.7 units, about a 15% return on your investment. Now, first half money line has cashed 8 straight times at home for the Hoosiers. Right now, the Hoosiers laying $1.85 at DraftKings on that. If you have been following that, you'd be up 8 units. Illinois 10-3, again, ATS their last 13. That would put you up 6.75 units, about a 47% return on your investment. We talked about the first half money line for Indiana. First quarter money line is the same as well, in that they've hit that 6 of the last 7 home games, would put you up 6 units. Now, first half over under is set at 25.5 is the lowest you can find it. The over in the first half for the Fighting Illini has hit 5 of their last 6 road games. That's good for 3.95 units and about a 59% return on your investment. So look, right now, for me, if I could get a 7, it's setting at 6.5. If I could get a 7, I think that's way too much. I would buy the hook up minus $1.25 to buy that hook. I would take the Fighting Illini here. I just feel like they're in a much better spot than Indiana. Now, don't get me wrong. I think it's a 1-possession game. So, again, getting that touchdown in a 1-possession game, it's a coin flip game, but I think it's going to be very highly contested, tight all the way down. So, I'll take the Fighting Illini +7, laying $1.20, $1.25, depending on where you shop for your shoes. And I can't stress this enough. You have got to find a book and have multiple books and multiple betting outlets, right? If you want to be a successful handicapper, you got to have multiple outlets so you can shop around and get the best line. Arizona State and Baylor, the Big 12. The Big 12 doesn't get their due. I understand the SEC, Big 10, but look, Big 12 is filled with a lot of good teams, and it's an exciting conference to watch. Even though I'm a Penn State, Notre Dame guy, obviously the SEC is king, but I think the Big 12 is even better than the Big 10. And again, this is a Penn State guy talking. Arizona State heads to Baylor. Let's hop into it. Baylor laying 2.5. It's been frozen at that pretty much all week. 70% of tickets and 69% of the handle to the Baylor Bears. 30% of tickets and 31% of the handle to the Sun Devils. Sun Devils bounced back last week after that meltdown against Mississippi State. You're over under 60.5, and it's all over all the time for the public. They're holding 74% of the tickets and 82% of the handle, compared to just 26% of tickets and 18% of handle to the under. Baylor's played much better since their opening game this season. Arizona State 8-2 against the spread their last 10. They're 8-2 straight up their last 10 as well. Now Baylor, they've been very good against the spread as well. 7-3 ATS their last 10 games. The over has been in play for both of these teams. It's cashed 5 of the last 7 for Arizona State and 10 of the last 13 for the Baylor Bears. Now, when you look at these two games, these two teams, the only thing that differs on the over-under, Arizona State on the road has been a little different with the totals. They're 6-8 to the under are the Baylor Bears, are the Arizona State Sun Devils when it comes to that. When I look into this, I mean, Baylor and their quarterback play, I think this game's going to come down to the quarterbacks, quite honestly. Yeah, I think you got two guys very talented. I think it's going to be a defensive struggle. So which quarterback can really move the ball in this is going to be extremely key. Again, head-to-head, the last time these two teams met, never, right? So you're getting two teams, again, Arizona State, Pac-12, Baylor, Big 12, two teams that don't really know each other. Some contrasting styles here. I like Baylor on the money line. Not going to be an official play, just a lean. I try to give people leans on everything. I just feel like the home crowd and the way that Bears had the quarterback play. Arizona State, I still got that bad taste in my mouth about them at Mississippi State. And I know Baylor dropped at home to Auburn earlier this year, but that game was closer than the score said. Baylor just had a couple mistakes down there that really, really cost them towards the end of the game. But Illinois, I love +7 minus $1.20, $1.25. But if I had to take somebody here, I would take Baylor money line minus $1.30. Next game we want to go over, Boise State and Air Force. Now, this one opened up about 9.5, stayed there, and now it's gotten ticked up. Right now, Boise State laying 11.5. Your over-under is 51.5. Again, public loves overs. 79% of tickets, 78% of the handle go to the over. 21% of tickets to the under with 22% of the handle. So pretty flat line there. Again, average Joes are going to love the over. Your sharps are going to like the under on that one. Right now, that Boise State laying 11.5 on the road. 73% of the bets and 82% of the handle going to the way of Boise State. Only 27% of tickets and 18% of the handle going to Air Force. A lot of Boise State money coming in. Obviously, that's why you see that line ticking up. Boise State, as great as they've been, have not been a good covering team, though. They're 1-4 against the spread their last 5 games, despite being 11-2 straight up their last 13. Now, Air Force, on the other hand, covering machine, 6-1 ATS their last 7 games, 5-1 straight up their last 6. And Air Force, a much different team at home. Again, we talk about these military teams, schools where it triple option, bleed the clock. It makes it very hard for an offense to get going. Air Force at home, again, totally different team, 15-5 straight up their last 20 at home. Now, Boise State is 4-1 against the spread the last 5 matchups in this one. Boise State, obviously, they finally got going against Eastern Washington 2 weeks ago, had the bye week last week. But this Boise State team, obviously, with Madsen and company at quarterback, a much different looking team than with Genty. Now, Boise State's defense is always going to be tough, but I have questions. If they get a couple 3-and-outs and Air Force is able to just sustain drives with that triple option, it's going to cause a lot of problem for the Broncos. Now, just last year, remember, with all Sean Genty and company and how great Boise State was, made it to the college football playoff, they had a home game against Air Force last year. 27-19 Boise State, 8-point win at home. Year before, they were at Air Force. 19-14, 5-point win. So when you look back at this, Air Force has been able to hang around. There's only been 2 games since 2017 that they wouldn't have covered that 11.5 spread. Air Force is a play that we're going to ride plus 11.5. That's going to be a double unit play. Love this. I think Air Force can keep it close. The other thing about this, the back door is always going to be open in this game, and I think that's very key. Can very easily see Boise State up 17, 18 points. And then late you turn around and say, well, boom, Air Force was able to get the cover there at the end. Just if you also look, something that I think is always good to do is when you look at the scheduling piece. Again, Boise State going to be in a pretty good spot because they're coming off the bye. However, I would also caution, let's see who they play next week coming off of it. Air Force, they have a home game against Hawaii. All right, not really a big deal for them. Boise State host App State, not really a big deal. So there's not a big edge there. It's not like Boise has UNLV or somebody afterwards. But I'll still grab Air Force plus the 11.5 for a double unit. Moving on to the next game. And this one, we don't know about the quarterback sellers, what's going to go on there. Missouri and South Carolina. Now, this line's bounced around a lot, actually. 9.5, got up to 11, back down to 8.5. It's kind of settled back in 9.5. Missouri laying 9.5, over under 48.5. Again, everybody betting the over. 87% of bets, 62% of the handle to the over, 13% of bets, and 38% of the handle to the under. Now, 55% of tickets and 71% of the handle to Missouri. Only 29% of the money flowing South Carolina's way for this matchup. South Carolina, 10-5 against the spread their last 15 games. They've cashed the under in 5 straight. They're 8-2 straight up their last 10. Missouri, 8-0 ATS their last 8 games, 6-0 straight up. Now, head-to-head, these two teams, the under is cashed 10 of the last 13 times. So remember, we talked about that. South Carolina has not fared well when they've been trying to cover. 0-6 run ATS against Missouri. So head-to-head is not fared very well for the Gamecocks. Last year, they hooked up in South Carolina. That would be the cover. 34-30, South Carolina got the dub. If you go back to 3 previous years, Missouri beat them by 22, beat them by 13, beat them by 3, and even the year of 2020, COVID year, beat them by 7. Missouri, a tough place to play again. South Carolina, 4-1 ATS, their last 5 on the road. That would have put you up 2.9 units, about a 53% return on your investment. Obviously, Missouri on the money line, you can't play that. It's minus 340. But maybe you look at a parlay situation because they've cashed the money line in 7 straight games. That would put you up 7.35 units. We talked about Missouri, 10-3 against the spread over their last 13 games. You'd be up 6.6 units, about a 46% return on your investment. Now, if you think South Carolina is going to keep it close, you would think, first half, right? You see a lot of these road teams hang in there, and then as the game goes on, they kind of fall off. First half spread is setting 6 right now at FanDuel. South Carolina has covered the first half spread for their last 5 on the road. If you've been following that trend, you're up 2.85 units, about a 50% return on your investment. No play here for me. I can't even get a lean. I can't get a good synopsis. I thought South Carolina was going to be really, really good this year. And the defense, while they've been okay, that win against Virginia Tech doesn't look good now because Virginia Tech's a mess. And I'm just really down on South Carolina and Missouri. I never know what they are because I always feel like they have the softest schedule and end up in the mix towards the end of the year. And then they drop cut. Like, they never have the year where they play Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, Texas. Like, they don't have that loaded schedule. So I never really know what to make of Missouri. I do know from living out there half my life that Missouri is a tough place to play there in Columbia. Again, just a no play. Don't even want to give a lean to it. Just nothing I have here. But, hey, I hope we gave you some trends to help you handicap this game and feel better about it. Let's close out with the big one in prime time. The Florida Gators. Billy Napier, this could be the end of the road, as Boys to Men saying, visiting the Miami Hurricanes, and this line is starting to move and move quickly. All right, let's hop into it. Miami all the way up to a 9.5-point favorite. You can actually find some 10s offshore, and they're still getting 79% of bets and 92% of the handle. So 92% of the money is on the Canes. They got college game day there, only 8% on Florida. Your over-under sets 51.5, 66% of bets and 69% of the handle to the over. 34% of bets and 31% of the handle is to the under. Not a lot of love there for the Florida Gators, and you can understand why. The way they've been playing, they're just a hard team to bet. Despite that, they are 10-3 ATS the last 13 games, and they had all the opportunities in the world to cover that game against LSU, but against Miami, House of Horrors, 0-5 ATS the last 5 meetings. The over is cashed for the last 5 games the Hurricanes have played in. Hurricanes 13-3 straight up their last 16, and they're playing the best football that they've played probably since, you'd have to go all the way back to like the Ken Dorsey, Willis McGahee days with Butch Davis. Miami is a force to be reckoned with. I don't think you can call any team right now the best team in the country, but I will say this. I think if you're talking about best team in the country, I know Oregon's good. I know Ohio State's good. I know, Alabama's good, right? Even though they got a loss. There's a lot of people you can point to. To me right now, it's a 3-team race from what my eyes have seen. And again, we're early. We're 3 weeks into this puppy. Miami, Penn State, and Georgia. Those 3 are a little bit better than everybody else. But I think even Georgia, like, they're better than everybody else. Then there's Georgia, and then Penn State and Miami are the 2 best teams. The problem with that is Penn State hasn't played anybody, but we're going to find out next week when they host the Ducks how good they really are. This Miami team, we could be watching the best team in the country. I think right now Carson Beck is the Heisman Trophy front runner by a mile. So we'll see what they have there. Miami's won 9 straight at home. Head-to-head, 4 of the last 5 games have ticked to the under. Now, wanted to hop into this a little bit. We talked about Miami's dominance over Florida. Last year, these two played in Florida, in the swamp, in Gainesville. Miami walked the dog 41-17. Had to go back 2019 to see Florida get the win 24-20 there. Some trends, Miami, first quarter money line. If you think they're going to hop on the Gators early, they're minus 208. First quarter money line, Miami's hit that 10 of the last 12 games. That would have put you up 8.4 units, only an 8% return on your investment, but still pretty good. Florida, plus 250 for the first half money line. They've hit the first half money line 9-2 ATS the last 11. That would have put you up 11.6 units there. First quarter money line, Florida plus 180. They've cashed that 8-2 to the number, 7.65 units, about a 10% return on your investment. We talked about that over. Miami's hit the first quarter total over 8 of their last 12. That puts you up 3.8 units, 28% return on your investment. Right now at FanDuel, your first quarter total is set at 10.5. The first half, again, Florida, if you think Florida's going to hang in there, they're not built. DJ Lagway, 5 interceptions last week, absolutely horrible. Florida's not built to come from behind. You would think if they're going to keep this thing close, it's going to be in the first half. You can get them for the first half, plus 5.5 at DraftKings right now. First half spread, 10-3 ATS. The last 13 would put you up 6.6 units, 44% return on your investment. Call me a sucker. I'll lay the $1.25 and buy the hook. Give me Florida plus 10. I think they played out. Listen, if Florida loses this game, I think their season's over anyway, just because of the path they have. But if they lose this game, it's dunsies. Billy Napier is out. Go ahead and give me Florida plus the 10. So again, double unit on Air Force plus 11.5. Love that game. I'm also going to say buy the hook with Illinois, taking the plus 7. Buy the hook with Florida, taking the plus 10. And then we'll give a lean Baylor money line. We'll stay away from that South Carolina and Missouri game. And also would like to throw in a bonus bet for the weekend. I want to ride Western Michigan plus 14.5 and Hawaii plus 3. Those are 2 extra free bets for you. Again, click that like button. Go to breaktheboardsports.com. We have all the NFL games loaded. They're quick hitter betting notes. Hit the blogs notes section. Those are totally free. It's to help you become a better handicapper. Follow us, watch our shows, help with trends, help you to become a better handicapper. Again, God bless and happy handicapping.